Welcome to Plant-Based Therapy. My name is Karen, and this is my plant-based journey to lose 70 pounds. Today, I would like to talk to you about the McDougall 50/50 plate maximum weight loss program. So I have been vegan before. It was about 7 years ago if you are new to the channel and haven't seen my prior videos. I was vegan for a year. I had lost 40 pounds. I got down to my ideal weight for my height and body size. And then, like usual, I fell off the wagon. Life got in the way. I gained a lot of weight. And here I am. I'm trying to lose weight and get back down to that ideal weight again. So this time I wanted to do things a little differently. I still want to eat plant-based. I'm just going to try it in a different way. And I did a little bit of research, and I had always known about Dr. McDougall and his starch solution. And we did something a little bit similar. We ate more like the forks over knives way. But Dr. McDougall has kind of something a little bit more specific. So I just wanted to talk to you about that today, because I did mention that in my last video that I was going to try and start eating that way. So I thought I would give you a little bit of background on what the program actually is. So there's specific ways and rules to eat. Since my motto is progress, not perfection, I'm trying not to hold myself to a very strict standard. Of course, I'm going to try to eat as strict as possible, but if I eat something that I shouldn't have or whatever, I'm not going to beat myself up about it, because by doing that in the past, I've learned I've just fallen off the wagon completely, and I don't want to do that. I want to stick to this. I want to lose the weight. So I thought that I would tell you about the McDougall program. So one of the first things that is a rule of his is when you eat a meal, he wants you to start off eating either a non-starchy super salad or some fruit. And at first I wondered why he wanted you to do that, but upon reading more about it, what it is those are things that take a while to digest in your system, so it makes you feel fuller longer. So by eating that first, and then you eat your other portions, which is the 50/50 plate, you're eyeballing it. It has nothing to do with portion size. You're just eyeballing and making sure that you're eating about 50% starchy vegetables and then 50% non-starchy vegetables. And so it's so much easier because you don't have to worry about portion control. You don't really have to worry about counting calories and all that stuff. I've tried those kinds of things before. I tried counting calories. I have a chronometer. At first I was into it. I really like inputting the stuff and finding out, how many nutrients and vitamins and minerals I'm getting in everything that I'm eating. But I just found myself forgetting to log certain things that I ate. There was even a few times where I went a day or two without logging it, and I had just completely forgot. So I just didn't want to go that route again, because I find that it puts too much pressure on myself to try to remember to do some of these things. And I wanted this to be simple. I'm trying to make a big lifestyle change, so I didn't want there to be a ton of rules. So although McDougall's maximum weight loss has a lot of specific rules to it, there are already rules that I kind of already follow. So to me, it wasn't so much of a big deal. But for somebody who is new to the program, might feel like there's an awful lot of restrictions, but they're kind of common sense if you want to eat a plant-based diet. So after you start your meal with your non-starchy soup, salad, or a fruit, and then you eat your 50-50 plate. The idea is to reduce or eliminate added sugars. That's even the sugars that are better for you, or sweeteners that are better for you, like say agave, or using a little bit of maple syrup. Those things are still kind of high in sugar. They're a better sugar for you, but it's still better to try to eliminate that. Eliminate oils, even olive oil. Olive oil is still fattening, and the idea is olive oil also kind of coats your arteries, and it blocks the absorption of all the nutrients in the foods that you eat. So it's best to try to eliminate any type of oil that you can, all of it, which is why it's basically good to eat a raw or a whole food diet. Eliminate, well, all animal products. So meat, dairy, eggs. Eliminate higher calorie dense foods. So like breads, crackers. Those are things that I really enjoy. So sometimes it's hard for me, although lately it's been fairly easy for me. So I'm really glad about that. Also, I know some people are going to have a hard time with this one, but to eliminate coffee or caffeine. If you can have a decaf black coffee with no added sweeteners, or just, it's best not to if you don't have to. Teas are allowed on the diet. It's just preferred coffees. And I think it's because of the high caffeine content in it. Caffeine blocks absorption again of nutrients into your body. So it's best just to eliminate that altogether if you can. But if you can't do that, if you're just starting, it's just about trying to reduce and eventually eliminate. So if you need to still have your cup of coffee, I get it. It took me a little while to get off of having a cup of coffee every day. I've actually I transitioned with tea, and now I kind of like, I don't really drink tea except for at night. I have a tea that I make to help me fall asleep and relax. Other than that, I only drink water. So I noticed that I'm feeling so much better now. I think the caffeine and the sugar from the coffee creamers that I really like are making me more sluggish and tired throughout the day, whereas the water is giving me a lot more energy. I've noticed that. So that's really something that helped me from my water challenge. Let's see. Pardon me here. I'm trying to read my notes. The only other thing that he really suggests is to be active for about 30 minutes a day, and that's going to help with your weight loss. Don't be sedentary. Get up and move around. Even if you have to set an alarm for yourself to remind yourself to get up and walk around, even if it's to get up and go to a different room in the house, or to go outside and check your mail. Or even if you went and got your mail, you could go outside and check your mail again. Or take your dog for a walk if you have an animal. Just things like that, things that you normally wouldn't do. Try to incorporate that in, even if it's just for a couple of minutes. I have done very well this week. Today is weigh-in Wednesday, and this is my first weigh-in from starting to eat better and exercise. I told you guys last week that I was incorporating some cardio or aerobic exercise, and I will be honest, I only did the one day because it was so hard and very, very rigorous that it took me 4 days to recover, and I only just yesterday started to feel better. And but I did continue my walking, so I did do that. I've actually been doing really great at walking. My husband and I, we've been walking all over the neighborhood, and we've been averaging anywhere between 2 miles to 4 miles a day. So we've been doing very, very well. So I'm really proud of myself for that. I am a little bit bummed that I didn't get a chance to keep doing the chair cardio, but I am going to start it again this week. I'm hoping that it won't take me 4 days to get over being sore. But once I do, I'm going to get into the routine, and I'm going to try to do it 3 to 4 times a week. And I really like this girl that I watched, so hopefully on my next video, I am going to do a review of her exercise that I've been doing, and I will refer you to her. She is really, really great. So now I want to give you my weight loss, my measurements and everything that I recorded from this morning. So I did not lose any more weight. I still weigh 191 pounds, but I did lose inches. And I noticed that something was feeling different. My clothes are fitting me a lot looser, and I could just see myself. I look like I'm slimming down a little bit. I don't look as puffy and bloated, even from last week. So here's my results. So I lost 1/4 inch in my neck. I lost 1 inch in my chest. I lost 1/4 inch in my right arm. I lost 2 1/4 inches from my waist. I lost 1 1/4 inches off my hips, and I lost 1/4 inch off of my left thigh. So these are weekly numbers. They are comparing from my starting number in September. So they're not from last week over this week over last week. It's this week from my starting number. So I just thought it would make it a little bit easier for myself. But what I did calculate was this week I lost another 2.5 inches. So combined now over the last 2 weeks, I've lost 5 1/4 inches. So I'm really, really pleased. I'm a little bit bummed that I hadn't lost any more weight, but like I said, I'm trying not to hold the scale numbers so high in priority. It's the way that I'm feeling and the way that my clothes are fitting me, and notice the small changes that I see in my body. That's what I'm trying to hold in my head. That's what's trying to keep me motivated to keep going, because if I start to get bummed out about that, I will start to slack off, and I don't want to do that. I am really having a good time doing all of this, and I just want to keep going. So I just want to say that if you are starting this journey as well, try a plant-based diet. It's very, very healthy for you. You will love it. I feel great. I'm starting to feel more energy, and I am just loving it. So if you liked everything that you heard today, check out the description below. I will have all the information about the McDougall Maximum Weight Loss program in there. And also I will have my updated measurements and weight and everything. So check it out. And if you like this video, please like it and comment. Please subscribe to my channel for future videos. I do plan on putting out a lot more content. So thank you for watching. Bye.